Pakistan keeps provoking India. What's next? A deadly blast in Kashmir. Another group trained across the border. And once again, Pakistan denies everything. India's outrage is real and growing. With every new attack, every broken promise, and every silent smirk from Islamabad, the Indian people are asking one thing. How long do we stay quiet? Borders are closed, diplomats are gone, and along the line of control the guns are back. This isn't just another flashpoint. This could be the spark that lights a fire, one both nations might struggle to put out. Pakistan keeps provoking, India keeps responding, but now the question is, what happens next? Segment 1. The Pahalgam attack, a catalyst for crisis. April 22nd, 2025. A date now etched into the minds of millions. In the quiet hills of Pahalgam, Kashmir, a bomb exploded near a group of Indian tourists. 26 civilians killed, dozens injured, most of them women and children on vacation. The response from Delhi was immediate and furious. Intelligence traced the attack to the Resistance Front, a group long believed to be operating out of Pakistan-controlled territory. India's National Security Advisor went on record within hours. This was not an accident. This was an act of cross-border terror. Pakistan, as expected, denied involvement, called the evidence fabricated, blamed internal instability in Kashmir. But for many Indians, it wasn't just about this attack. It was about decades of attacks. Mumbai, Uri, Pulwama, and now Pahalgam. Each one adding fuel to a fire that refuses to die. And this time, the country wasn't in the mood for restraint. Segment 2. Diplomatic fallout, treaties suspended. When the bombs went off in Pahalgam, diplomacy collapsed with it. Within 48 hours, India suspended the Indus Waters Treaty, a decades-old agreement that governs water sharing between the two countries. For Pakistan, whose agriculture depends on rivers flowing from Indian territory, this was more than symbolic. It was a threat. Next came the expulsions. Indian diplomats ordered out of Islamabad, Pakistani envoys sent home from Delhi, flags lowered, embassies shuttered, phones went silent. Then the skies closed. Both nations halted airspace access to each other's aircraft, forcing reroutes, disrupting flights, and signaling just how deep the freeze had gone. Trade stopped, border crossings sealed, tourist visas cancelled. The message from India was clear: no talks, no trade. Not until Pakistan takes accountability. But Islamabad fired back with defiance, accusing India of warmongering and framing itself as the victim. Diplomacy, once cold, was now frozen. Segment 3. Military posturing, a dangerous game. With diplomacy dead, the military took the stage. Along the line of control, both nations began moving troops. Artillery batteries, surveillance drones, armored vehicles, all deployed within days. In some sectors, soldiers stood just meters apart, finger on trigger, waiting for the other side to blink. And blink they did. Skirmishes erupted in Kupwara, Poonch, and Rajouri. 3 Indian soldiers and 2 Pakistani rangers killed in just 1 week. Each side blamed the other. Each side vowed retaliation. The Indian Air Force intensified aerial surveillance. Pakistan responded with missile drills in Balochistan. And hanging over it all, the unspoken fear: both countries are nuclear powers. One miscalculation, one misread radar blip, and the fallout wouldn't just be diplomatic. It would be radioactive. This isn't just border tension, it's a powder keg, and the whole world knows it. Segment 4. International reactions. Calls for restraint. The world is watching, and it's worried. As tensions flared, global leaders scrambled to respond. Donald Trump, now in his second term as President of the United States, issued a sharp warning from the White House press room. We support India's right to defend itself, but I'm telling both sides, don't even think about going nuclear. We'll get this under control. Quickly. China President Xi Jinping, in a rare televised statement, urged restraint, but made it clear that China stands firmly behind Pakistan's territorial integrity. His message? Regional instability will not serve peace, nor the future of Asia. Anwar Ibrahim, Malaysia's Prime Minister and 2025 ASEAN Chair, offered to mediate. Let Malaysia be the bridge. We need reason, not rhetoric. Dialogue, not disaster. The United Nations Security Council convened an emergency session. The US and UK pushed for back-channel diplomacy. Russia called for strategic calm. France warned of economic fallout if the crisis expanded. But when Pakistan's envoy accused India of genocide in Kashmir, the Indian delegation walked out. One message now echoes from every capital. A war between India and Pakistan is not just their problem, it's the world's problem. Segment 5. The human cost. Civilians caught in the crossfire. When borders heat up, it's not generals who suffer, it's civilians. India and Pakistan together are home to over 1.7 billion people. India, 1.43 billion. Pakistan, 250 million. That's 1 in 5 people on Earth. In Kashmir, families live under curfew. Phones are silent, markets are shut. Hospitals operate under military escort. Children can't go to school. Farmers can't access their fields. And for millions, fear has replaced routine. But the danger doesn't stop at the border. Bangladesh, with 170 million citizens, fears a refugee wave if full-scale war breaks out. Iran, sharing a western border with Pakistan, has increased security in Balochistan and warned against any spillover violence. And China, with its own border skirmishes with India, is now forced to monitor 2 flashpoints at once. This isn't just a bilateral crisis, it's a regional one. And the longer it simmers, the greater the risk of catastrophe. In war rooms, they talk of missiles, but in homes, they talk of survival. Segment 6. Economic shockwaves. Markets react to conflict. While tanks roll to the border, markets recoil. The day after the Pahalgam attack, India's Sensex dropped 2.4%, wiping out over $78 billion in market value. The Nifty 50 followed, as investors braced for what could be the worst standoff in years. In Pakistan, the panic was sharper. The Pakistani rupee hit a record low, 324 against the US dollar. The Karachi Stock Exchange lost nearly 1,500 points in a single session. Fuel prices surged. Inflation fears returned. Foreign investors, already wary, pulled back. Multinational firms began pausing operations, particularly near conflict-prone zones like Lahore and Jammu. Exporters in both countries, especially in tech, textiles, and agriculture, faced order cancellations from global partners. And as defense budgets ballooned, both economies faced the same silent consequence. Less money for jobs, less money for schools, more debt, more fear. War doesn't just bleed borders. It bleeds economies, slowly and for years. Segment 7. What's next? So, what happens next? There are 3 paths, and only one avoids disaster. Path 1. Escalation. A larger military operation by India. Retaliation from Pakistan. Cross-border strikes. And with both sides nuclear-armed, that road is a gamble with no winners. Path 2. Frozen hostility. No peace. No war. Just skirmishes, sanctions, and silence. It's cheaper than conflict, but it poisons diplomacy and holds 1.7 billion people hostage to old grudges. Path 3. Dialogue. Painful. Political suicide for some. But it's the only option that leads to stability. It would require back channels, third-party mediation, and, above all, courage. The UN can't force it. The US, China, and ASEAN can only nudge. Ultimately, it's up to Delhi and Islamabad to decide if the past will always define the future. Because every war starts with words, and every peace starts with someone swallowing their pride and picking up the phone. India and Pakistan have stood at this edge before. Wars have been fought, agreements have been signed, and yet the cycle continues. But this time feels different. The stakes are higher, the world is watching, and the damage to lives, to economies, to futures would be irreversible. So what's next? That depends on who steps back first, and who's brave enough to choose peace over pride. If you found this breakdown insightful, there's another story you need to see, one that shows how power can be used not to destroy, but to take control. Watch our next video. This man stole a UK company in 4 hours. It's the incredible true story of how Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, with backing from Petronas and Sime Darby, outplayed the British on their own turf and took back Malaysia's economic future through the London Stock Exchange. It's not just a financial thriller, it's proof that bold strategy, not war, can rewrite history. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe peace between India and Pakistan is still possible? And don't forget to subscribe for more global stories that challenge what you thought you knew.